Right. So we're diving deep today to Psalm 17, attributed, of course, to King David. Mm-hmm. But this isn't just any old psalm, right? This one is raw. It's emotional. It's vivid. It's almost like you're peeking right into the heart and mind of...
Exactly. And a troubled heart at that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is not your typical, formal, flowery type of prayer. This is immediate. It's urgent.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like we're overhearing David wrestle with some very real, very present danger.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you see that right away in those opening lines.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just comes out swinging. Lord, he says, consider my just cause. Pay attention to my cry for help. Listen to the prayer I sincerely offer. It's like, boom, no time wasted.
No kidding. Straight to the point. It makes you think,
right?
What kind of situation puts a king in a position to plead with this kind of urgency?
That's what I was thinking. It's like, okay, so we know David, right?
Yeah, right.
Warrior, king, shepherd, poet, all that.
All of it.
But his world
was not peaceful.
Not at all.
Full of enemies. Inside the kingdom, outside the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Battles, betrayals, you name it. This prayer, it's rooted in that reality.
That's what makes those opening lines so powerful. Like when you think about it in context.
Oh, yeah.
They hit different.
Totally different.
And then he goes on to say, you have scrutinized my inner motive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you find no sin. It's like, okay, David.
Yeah.
Is
he protesting a little too much?
Yeah. Is this him just saying like, hey, look, I'm the good guy here.
Right.
Or is there something more to it?
Well, you have to remember, ancient Hebrew poetry, it's layered, full of meaning. So on one level, maybe he's proclaiming his innocence, but I think there's also this desire for purification.
Oh, interesting.
A wanting to be in alignment with God's will. It's not just about, outward actions. It's deeper than that.
It's the heart.
It's about the state of his heart.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's not about being perfect. It's about striving for that righteousness.
That's it.
And then he switches gears and is some powerful imagery, right?
Yeah.
He asks God for protection. But he says, protect me as you would protect the pupil of your eye.
Wow.
Hide me in the shadow of your wings.
Man.
Those metaphors.
So vivid.
What do you make of those?
I think they tap into something really deep. Like universal, even that human need for safety, for refuge.
Right.
That pupil of the eye, so fragile, vulnerable, it needs protection. And the bird sheltering its young under its wings, it's like, it's that feeling of security.
Yeah.
That's what David's saying. He's saying, God, I need that level of protection.
Yeah, and it makes you realize how real the danger is. And it gets even more real when he starts describing his enemies.
Oh, for sure. He doesn't hold back.
No, he doesn't. He calls them...
calloused, arrogant.
Right. And then he compares one to a lion.
Yeah, crouching in hidden places, just waiting. You can feel the tension, the fear in his words.
It's palpable.
Totally. And the way he uses those similes, those metaphors, they really amplify the threat, especially that lion of being hunted, stalked by a predator.
I can hear it growling.
Right. It brings that fear to life.
It does. But then David doesn't just sit back, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't just cower. He calls on God.
He takes action.
He says, rise up, Lord. Confront him. Knock him down. Use your sword to rescue me from the wicked man. It's like...
Totally different tone now.
Total shift. What do you think that means?
I think it shows us how David understands divine justice.
Okay.
He believes, even with these powerful enemies, God ultimately has the authority to set things right.
To restore order.
That's it.
That's some powerful faith in the face of, all that's going on. And that faith shines even brighter at the end.
Ooh.
He says, as for me, because I am innocent, I will see your face. When I awake, you will reveal yourself to me.
Wow.
It's like night and day from the beginning.
It is. It goes beyond just wanting protection.
Right.
Seeing God's face. Back then, that meant intimacy. It meant favor.
Oh, wow.
It was a big deal.
Okay.
So David's finding comfort, not just in being rescued, but in the promise of being with God.
That's beautiful.
It's powerful, and it's a beautiful ending to this psalm.
So we've got David, this warrior king, right? Laying his heart bare. He's pleading for justice. He's holding on to faith. And ultimately, he's longing for that connection, with something bigger.
Yeah.
It's a powerful journey. And it makes you think about our own lives. When we're facing those lions.
Oh, yeah.
Those challenges, those things that make us feel vulnerable. Where do we turn?
Right.
Where do we find strength and hope? What parts of David's experience resonate with you?
I think that's the core of it. This psalm, it's thousands of years old, but it still resonates with us because
we still feel those.
Because those feelings, the fear, the needing protection, that longing for something more,
right,
those are universal.
They are.
I think that's what we can take away from this. Even when we feel alone, surrounded by our own lions, we can, like David, turn to a source of strength.
To something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Psalm 17. Definitely worth a read.
And a reread. And a reread.
Absolutely.
It's got so much to offer.
So much. Thanks again.
My pleasure.